ऊपर हमने अपने अलग अलग वीडियो भी बनाए हुए हैं, जिनका लिंक मैं नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दे दूंगा। आप वहां पे जाके इनकी कंप्लीट डिटेल प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। अगर इन 40 के अलावा भी आप लोगों को लगता है कोई फेमस प्लेस छूट गया है तो आप हमें नीचे कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर बताएं। हमारा आज का ये वीडियो आपको पसंद आया हो तो हमारे इसके बाद अगले स्थान पर आता है हमने सोलांग अलग वीडियो भी बनाए हुए हैं। सोलांग वैली हिमाचल की एक ऐसी जगह है जो एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स पसंद करने वाले लोगों के लिए किसी स्वर्ग से कम नहीं है। यहाँ गर्मियों और सर्दियों में पर्यटकों की भारी भीड़ आती है। इसके बाद अगले स्थान पर आता है रोहतांग पास। रोहतांग पास मनाली से 51 किलोमीटर दूर है और घूमने के लिए एक बेहतरीन जगह है। यहाँ आपको ग्लेशियर के शानदार नज़ारे दिखाई देंगे और यहाँ पर्यटक ट्रैकिंग, माउंटेन बाइकिंग, पैराग्लाइडिंग और स्कीइंग का मजा ले सकते हैं। ये जगह मई से लेकर सितंबर तक खुलती है। इसके बाद अगले स्थान पर आता है पार्वती वैली ट्रैक। अगर आपको जंगलों में सफर करना पसंद है और ट्रैकिंग करने का शौक रखते हैं तो आप एक बार यहाँ पार्वती वैली ट्रैक पर जरूर आएं। ये ट्रैक काफी थका देने वाला रहता है। इसके बाद अगले स्थान पर है खीर गंगा ट्रैक। अगर आप ट्रैकिंग और एडवेंचर पसंद करते हैं तो खीर गंगा ट्रैक आपके लिए एक बेहतर जगह है। यहाँ पैदल ट्रैकिंग करते हुए आप जंगल में झरने, घाटियां और चट्टानों को देख सकते हैं। इसके बाद अगले स्थान पर आता है तोश। तोश हिमाचल का एक छोटा हिल स्टेशन है जो सेब और गांजे की खेती के लिए जाना जाता है। ये एक शांत हिल स्टेशन है। अगर आप किसी ऐसे ही शांत हिल स्टेशन की तलाश में हैं तो आप एक बार यहाँ पे जरूर जाएं। ये जगह आपको सुकून देगी। इसके बाद अगले स्थान पर आता है ग्रेट हिमालयन नेशनल पार्क। हिमाचल के कुल्लू जिले में स्थित ग्रेट हिमालयन नेशनल पार्क में पेड़ पौधों, जीव जंतुओं और पक्षियों की अनेकों प्रजातियां पाई जाती हैं जो कि दुनिया में बहुत ही कम हैं। यहाँ आप काला भालू, कस्तूरी मृग, हिम तेंदुआ, हिमालयी ताहर ऐसे कई सारे
एक बार बता Hi cadets, kindly switch on your camera. सभी कैडेट्स अपना कैमरा ऑन करेंगे अभी। आप रहने दो, कुछ भी दो, मैं ग्रीन मोड में चाहिए तो Cadets, we have to take a screenshot. Kindly turn on your camera. स्क्रीन शेयर कर दिए। अच्छा, आप प्रिंट क्या करते हैं? अभी लगा वीडियो ये सब
अभी चेंज करो।
క్లాస్ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ 10 నిమిషాలు బ్రేక్ 2 గంటల వరకు ఉంటుంది. రాత్రి వచ్చేద్దాం అనుకోండి ఇంకా, అందుకని తెల్లవద్దాం ఉండిపోన్నా, లేకపోతే రాత్రి బయలుదేరిపో.
तभी आएगी स्टार्टिंग फुल स्क्रीन स्टार्टिंग होम पेज नहीं है।
Jai Hind everyone. Today we, Cadet Anmol Preetkaur, Cadet Diljot Singh and Cadet Arshpreet Kaur are going to represent leadership qualities of three leaders of Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh. The name of these leaders are Maharaja Ranjit Singh from Punjab, Chaudhry Devilal from Haryana, Brigadier Kuldeep Singh Chandipuri from Chandigarh. Maharaja Ranjit Singh Maharaja Ranjit Singh was one of the outstanding figures in Indian history, popularly known as the Lion of Punjab. Centuries after his death, he continues to live in the heart of the people as a source of inspiration and pride for generations of India. A warrior by excellence, he was also a brilliant leader, an astute diplomat, and able administrator, and above all, a benevolent king. At a time when Punjab was undergoing a period of turmoil, he brought the scattered people of Punjab under a uniform and structured system of governance by the sheer force of his personality. With his military powers and fighting skills, he carved out a mighty kingdom and rested it on firm ground. He raised the oppressed on their feet and breathed self-confidence into them. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was born at Kuchnawala on 15th November 1780 and was initially named Good Singh. He was brought up in a tradition of Velour. All his ancestors were renowned warriors. His father Maharaja Charak Singh and his great-grandfather had all been reputed soldiers. His father was in full control of his estate. In fact, at the time of Ranjit Singh's birth, Mahar Singh was away on a military campaign. He wanted his son to be a conqueror, and hence he called him Ranjit, the victor of battles. Though young Ranjit Singh has no formal education, he was proficient in Punjabi and Persian. In his childhood, Ranjit Singh was taken ill with smallpox, the acute disease of those days. While his life was saved, he was lost one of his eyes. However, there was a glow on his face, a halo around his head, and aura of natural majesty around his whole personality. Ranjit Singh was initiated into the art of war by his father. Mahar Singh, Amir Singh was a professional soldier, gave him training. Ranjit Singh was very fond of swimming, riding, and hunting. At the tender age of 10, he inculcated in himself the qualities of horse riding and shooting, which proved to be a great help to him after his father's death. He was endowed with exceptional insight from the very beginning. Rise to fame, early conquest. Ranjit Singh's fame grew in 1797 at age 17 when the Afghan ruler Shah Zaman of the Ahmed Shah attempted to connect Punjab region into his control through his general Sahasanchi Khan and 12,000 soldiers. The Sufi Muslims and Hindu population of Lahore welcomed the rule of Ranjit Singh in 1800. The ruler of Jammu region ceded control of his region to Ranjit Singh. In 1801, Ranjit Singh proclaimed himself Maharaja of Punjab expansion. In 1800, Ranjit Singh, aged 22, took a missile from the Bengali Singh missile, paid homage at the Harmandir Sahib temple, which had previously been attacked and destroyed by the invading Afghan army, and announced that he would renovate and rebuild it with white marbles and gold. On 1st January 1806 AD, Ranjit Singh signed a treaty with the British officials of the East India Company, in which he agreed that his Sikh forces would not attempt to expand south of the Satluj River, and the company agreed that it would not attempt to militarily cross the Satluj River into the Sikh territory. Governance. Maharaja Ranjit Singh allowed men from different religions and races to serve in his army and his government in various positions of authority. Despite his recruitment policies, he did maintain a diplomatic channel with the Britishers. In 1828, he sent gifts to George IV, and in 1831 AD, he sent a mission to Shimla to confer with the British Governor General William Bentinck, while in 1838 AD, he cooperated with them in removing the hostile Islamic Sultan in Afghanistan. Leadership quality. Visionary. The visionary leadership style of Maharaja Ranjit Singh is the primary mode of leadership currently taught in business schools and military academies. His leadership style can be considered as most effective of all styles because it communicates a sense of common purpose to people. Courage. Nobody before him had ever constructed of the consolidation of 12 missiles into a unified force. The initiative he took of taking over missiles could have made him or it nevertheless he went ahead with all the odds against him and was victorious in accomplishing it. Realistic. Don't be impatient, mother. I shall not take my own land, but will also finish off the intruders, said to his mother, Ranjit Singh. In today's corporate world, one need to go where no one other has go. Until Ranjit Singh marched into Lahore and made it a Sikh territory, it was considered beyond the reach of anything. Intelligence. My sword procures me all the distinction I decide, Ranjit Singh said. According to Ranjit Singh, he demonstrates his intelligence by employing methods to spy and assesses them accurately. Self-responsibility. Ranjit Singh took it upon himself to safeguard the trade routes in Kashmir. He made special arrangements to safeguard the goods of the traders. He also had a keen sense of responsibility towards all the aspects of Punjab, whether it was in developing Punjab craft and their export, patronage of art, creating a unique coinage, sustaining the state of self-confidence and communication skills. There is no dearth of instance where Ranjit Singh has shown his remarkable self-confidence. He was an intelligent, aggressive person, and this is more than clear from his numerous victories. As long as Maharaja was alive, the British formidable rivals on India. In fact, it was widely accepted by the experts that Maharaja even had the capability of defeating the Britishers. Humanism and apathy. Never was so long an empire was founded by one man with so little criminality. Thank following checks on Maharaja Ranjit Singh were punished a criminal by death even under circumstances of a minable offense. Humanity indeed, or rather tenderness for life was at least in the character of Ranjit Singh. According to Srimati Indira Gandhi, the late Prime Minister of India, Maharaja Ranjit Singh is one of the outstanding men that our land has produced. Every school child knows him as the Lion of Punjab. His brilliance as a general and his statesmanship as a ruler have become household words. I hope that the people of Punjab and the country at large will imbibe his message of unity and tolerance, courage and steadfastness.
Chaudhry Devilal. Shri Chaudhry Devilal was born on 25th of September in 1914 in Teja Khera, Haryana, India. He died on 6th of April 2001 in New Delhi. He served twice as Haryana's Chief Minister and had two brief terms as the Deputy Prime Minister in 1989 to 90 and 1990 to 1991. As Chaudhry Devilal was quite a famous personality in Haryana, there are a lot of nicknames which are famous for Chaudhry Devilal, like Kisano ka Masiha, founder of Haryana, Tau. Tau is quite the most famous nickname of the Chaudhry Devilal or Kingmaker, and Sher-e Haryana, Lion of Haryana. Freedom struggle of Chaudhry Devilal. On Mahatma Gandhi's call, both he and his elder brother Chaudhry Sahib Ram left their studies unfinished to take part in the freedom movement. For taking part in the SALT movement, Chaudhry Devilal was sentenced to 1 year rigorous imprisonment and sent to jail on 8th of October 1930. Chaudhry Devilal was arrested on 5th of October in 1942 for taking part in the Quit India movement and was sentenced to be kept in jail for 2 years. After independence, Chaudhry Devilal started a farmers' movement and was arrested along with his 500 workers. After some time, then Chief Minister Dr. Gopi Chand Bhargav made an agreement and the Muzarra Act was amended. Chaudhry Devilal, also known as founder of Haryana, Chaudhry Devilal played an active and decisive role in the formation of Haryana as a separate state, which came into effect on 1st of November in 1966. Chaudhry Devilal and Chaudhry Charan Singh were the main strugglers who had put in quite immense efforts in declaring Haryana as a separate state. He was elected on Janata Party ticket as an MLA in June 1977 and became the Chief Minister of Haryana. For his steadfast opposition to emergency, he came to be known as Sher-e Haryana, Lion of Haryana. Leadership qualities of Chaudhry Devilal, Sher-e Haryana. Pre-1960, Punjab Assembly politics, patience. After independence, Lal emerged as a popular farmer leader in the 1950s and started a farmers' movement for which he was arrested along with his 500 workers. After some time, then Chief Minister Gopi Chand Bhargav made an agreement and the Muzarra Act was amended. He was elected as a member of Punjab Assembly in 1952 and the president of Punjab Congress in 1956. In 1958, he was elected from Sirsa. pre-1980 Haryana Assembly Politics Corporate. He played an active and decisive role in the formation of Haryana as a separate state. In 1971, he left Congress. In 1972 Vidhan Sabha elections, he contested unsuccessfully against the two Congress heavyweights, Bansi Lal in Tosham constituency and Bhajan Lal in Adampur seat. In 1975, Indira Gandhi declared the emergency and Lal, along with all opposition leaders, were jailed for 19 months. He was elected on the Janata Party ticket from Bhattukala and became the Chief Minister of Haryana. Post 1980, national and state politics, ability to unite people. He remained a member of parliament from 1980 1982 and was a member of state assembly between 1982 and 1987. He formed Lok Dal and started Nyaya Yudh under the banner of Haryana Sangharsh Samiti and became hugely popular among masses. In the 1987 state elections, the alliance led by Lal won a record victory, winning 85 seats in the 90-member House. Congress won the other 5 seats. Lal became the Chief Minister of Haryana for the second time. This shows the popularity of Chaudhry Devi Lal in Haryana and the influence that is made by the Chaudhry Devi Lal in Haryanvi people and the ability to unite people by the Chaudhry Devi Lal. Some other qualities of Chaudhry Devi Lal are he is a strong revolutionary, which can be justified by his participation in SALT movement and Quit India movement for the freedom of India. Bold and determined. This can be justified with several facts that he had gone to prison a lot of times and still he was fighting for the freedom. Later on, he again protested for the farmers' right against their harassment. Then he made a party for the welfare of his people. He was courageous and a renowned freedom fighter. These qualities can be seen by their act of leaving studies and going for the freedom movement act. Even after getting imprisoned, he fought for the freedom and later on, after independence, he played a vital role in declaring Haryana as a separate state. That is why he is called the founder of Haryana and also protested with the farmers. He became a famous farmer leader in Haryana. He was a follower of Gandhi's ideology, protesting for the farmers' rights, and all other protests or movements he joined were with accordance to this ideology. Ending years of Chaudhry Devi Lal. He died as a member of Rajya Sabha on 6th of April in 2001 at the age of 55 years. His Manasthal is situated at the banks of Yamuna in Delhi, which is named as Sangharsh Ghat. Indian government has also issued a post-stem on his birthday, that is 25th of September 2020, as a vote of respect.
क्या करना था अभी
किसका?
गाड़ी
कौन सी?
जो बच्चे अभी
हाँ, चला रही है।
टाइम खत्म हुआ है
खत्म हो गया, ये कितनी रहेगी?
30 मिनट की है
इनका कुलदीप सिंह करके के चला रहा है। कहने तो यही है। अरे चेंज कर दो। कर दे यार। इनका कुलदीप सिंह करके। चला यार, इसका चला। क्यों बच्चा वो भी बेचारा प्रॉब्लम है ना?
स्टार्टिंग से चला दूंगा मैं ऊपर। वही से
इसमें ट्रेन नहीं आएगा।
क्या सर?
सर आवाज तभी चाहिए वीडियो वाली। हाँ जी
ये ऐसे है इसके फोटो।
टॉपिक The leaders are chosen are the leaders are chosen are Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Chaudhry Devilal, Brigadier Kuldeep Singh. So first of all, I would like to introduce you all about Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Maharaja Ranjit Singh, popularly known as Sher-e-Punjab or Line of Punjab, was the first Maharaja of Sikh Empire, which ruled the northwest Indian subcontinent in the early half of 19th century. He survived. He fought his first battle alongside his father in lots of leadership qualities. Was born in a small village northwest of Sirsa, now for western Haryana, to a wealthy family of Jats. His family moved to nearby towns of Chotala when he was still a young boy. When he was 15-year old, he was drawn to the Indian National Congress Party and its movement to gain India's independence from British rule. His participation in acts of civil disobedience, satyagraha, in the 1930s and the Kuwait India campaign during World War II led to his imprisonment on several occasions and put an end to his formal schooling. Most notably, throughout his career, he worked vigorously to advance the cause of farmers and other rural people. Sri Chaudhry Devilal was born Sirsa Teja Khera, Haryana, India, and died April 6, 2001, New Delhi. As I already told you, he twice served India as Haryana's Chief Minister and two times Deputy Prime Minister of India. The freedom struggle of Chaudhry Devilal on Mahatma Gandhi's call, both he and his elder brother Sahib Ram left their studies unfinished to take part in freedom movement. Like he was very patriotic towards his nation, and whenever someone calls to fight for his nation, he's always there. For taking part in the SALT movement, Chaudhry Devilal was sentenced to 1 year rigorous imprisonment and sent to jail on 8 October 1930. Chaudhry Devilal was arrested on 5th October 1942 for taking part in the Quit India movement and was sentenced to be kept in jail for 2 years. After independence, Chaudhry Devilal started a farmers' movement and was arrested along with 500 workers. At that time, he was fighting for the farmers and for the rights of farmers, and due to which he was arrested along with 500 workers. After some time, then Chief Minister Dr. Kupi Chand Bhargava made an agreement and Muzara Later, he formed Lokdal and started Nyaya Youth under the banner of Haryana Sanghar Samiti and became hugely popular among masses. In 1987 state elections, the alliance led by Lal won a record victory, winning 85 seats in 90-member House. Later, Congress won the other 5 seats. Lal became the Chief Minister of Haryana for the second time. Last but not least, now I would like to introduce you all with the hero of India, Brigadier Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri. Brigadier Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri, Mahavir Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, was a decorative Indian Army officer. He is known for his leadership in the Battle of Longewala during the Indo-Pakistan War of 1971, for which he was awarded the Mahavir Chakra, which is the second highest in the Indian military decoration by the Indian government. In 1997, Hindi film Border was based on the battle, with his role played by Sunny Deol. He is popularly known as the Indian actor. He was a councillor in the Chandigarh Municipal Corporation from 2006 to 2011. Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri was born on 22 November 1940 in Mount Mary, Punjab, British India, now in Punjab, Pakistan. His family then moved to their native village, Chandpur Urki, in Balachar. He completed his schooling from prestigious Rashtra Military School, Chal, then KGS, now Com. He was an active member of the NCC and cleared the NCC examination when he graduated from the Government College, Hoshiarpur, in 1962. Chandpuri was the third generation in his family who has served in the Indian Army as officer. Both his young uncles were flying officers in the Indian Army Force, and Chandpuri and Brigadier Kuldeep Singh was the only child of them. From 15 January 1960, fighter plane were not been able to fly night. So I'm going to tell you all about the dates of rank when he was got which rank. Second Lieutenant, 13 June 1963, 16 January 1968, serves vicinity from 15 January 1964, but pay of 30 June. Then he was Lieutenant from 13 June 1965, 16 January 1968. Then Captain, 15 July 1970. And Major, 15 July 1977. Lieutenant Colonel, 10 February 1984. And Colonel, 23rd February 1987. Brigadier, 1 December 1991. As Brigadier Kuldeep Singh was a leader and a commanding officer of Indian Army, so we all know how an officer of India is. He is having a lot of leadership qualities, and we all know he fought a battle of Longewala with 120 soldiers. So we can imagine how much good leadership qualities he was having. He was a very dynamic. Major Chandpuri exhibited dynamic leadership in holding his command intact and fast. Like with 120 soldiers, he fought with 2,000 to 3,000 soldiers, and it's not an easy task. He was having lots of courage and determination. Due to lots of courage and determination, he was a hero of that war. He inspired his men, moving from bunker to bunker, encouraging them in beating back the enemy till the reinforcement arrived. In this heroic defense, he inflicted heavy casualties on the enemy and forced them to retreat, leaving behind 12 tanks. Just imagine with 120 cadets, 120 soldiers, he he fought with Pakistanis 2,000 to 3,000 soldiers and also retreat leaving behind 12 tanks. As we all know, having a leader is very good. And leader like Major Kuldeep Singh is like Sone Pe Suhaga. Leader character, inspired leadership and exceptional devotion to duty in keeping with the highest tradition of Indian Army. Brigadier Kuldeep Singh is known for his exclamatory display of leadership skills during the Battle of Longewala, for which he was awarded the second highest gallantry award of the land, the Mahavir Chak. He was also active NCC cadet, as you have already discussed. Longewala was manned by 120 soldiers of the Alpha Company of the 23rd Battalion of Punjab Regiment under the Major Singh's command. The soldiers fought against mammoth odds, battling Pakistani's 4 infantry battalions and the 22nd Armored Regiment. He was full of spirit. For displaying an indomitable spirit, courage of heart, and nerves of steel, Brigadier Singh was honored with the Gallantry Award as Mahavir Chak. And that's all. Now I want to see you all. Jai Hind and have a nice day. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
मैंने बस क्लैरिफिकेशन
I'm Cadet Andhra of register number APSD-2019-250712, representing Andhra Pradesh and Telangana Directorate, Visakhapatnam Group, 13 Andhra Battalion. In this presentation, I am going to speak about leadership qualities of P.V. Narasimha Rao, who was the former Prime Minister of India. But before that, I am going to say about what is leadership and what are the qualities of a great leader should have. Leadership is about mapping out where you need to win as a team or an organization, and it is dynamic, exciting, and inspiring. It is the art of motivating a group of people to act towards achieving a common goal. Qualities of a great leader. A leader must have vision. He must know how to manage success and, most importantly, the failures. A leader must travel towards unexplored path. Leader must have courage and knowledge to take decisions. Leader must have nobility in management. Every action of the leader should be transparent. Leader should be very open-minded and have creativity to implement their ideas and plans. Introduction. Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu's full name is Pamulbatti Venkata Narasimha Rao. He was born on June 28, 1921 in Karimnagar district. He studied at Osmania University, and after many struggles and conflicts, Narasimha Rao has become the 9th Prime Minister of India. Career. Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu completed his bachelor's degree in arts at Usmania University. He also took part in Vande Mataram movement. He completed his law from Ferguson College in Pune at University of Bombay. Besides Telugu as his mother tongue, he had an excellent command over 17 languages. He translated many literary works, remembering that he was a great scholar. Political career. Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu. (1962 to 1973). He became Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh in 1971. He contributed his service as a foreign minister from 1980 to 1984 and then 1988 to 1989. And finally, he got elected as Prime Minister of India from 1991 to 1996. He played a major role on economic reforms of India. P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu is often remembered as father of Indian economic reform. He revolutionized the Indian economy by courageously adopting modern policies like NSE, National Stock Exchange of India in 1994, which were never taken up before. He pursued his passion and literature throughout his life, encouraging foreign direct investment by increasing the maximum limit on share of foreign capital in joint ventures. Achievements and developments of Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu. He was awarded the Pratibha Murthy Lifetime Achievement Award. His great achievement was the appointment of Dr. Manmohan Singh as Finance Minister to rescue country from overdrafting. He was referred as Chanukya for his ability to steer economic and political legislation. He also settled land reforms, riots, and kept a rule that more than 50 acres of land should not have for a single family. This brought a lot of change in land reforms. Leadership qualities that we have to learn from P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu. As a leader, you have to continue of what you have. Leader has to make increment changes. It doesn't bring in sweeping changes. Emotional step and application of willpower. A leader should foster healthy competition amongst his team members. Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu demised with a heart attack on December 9, 2004 with a sudden stroke at Delhi. He left the world at the age of 83 by sacrificing his entire journey to the people of India. At last, he proved that a leader could take nothing of what he have earned, but can take many people appreciations. So finally, I conclude that a leader is one who knows the way and shows the way. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Presentation on leadership qualities of Sri Potti Sriramulu of Andhra Pradesh by Corporal K. S.S.N. Prasad Babu of Regimental Number AP19 SDA 274019, representing 2A CTR Unit, Visakhapatnam Group, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana Directorate. Let's see the contents here. Firstly, we get to know about the leader and then important qualities of a leader. And there comes about Sri Potti Sriramulu Garu and his participation in independence movement. And then the greatest achievement by him, the separate statehood for Telugu speaking people. And finally, the conclusion. Introduction. Attributes and behaviors that make a great leader. Integrity, honesty are some of the qualities which make a great leader. Good leadership demands emotional strengths and behavioral characteristics which can draw deeply on a leader's mental and spiritual reserves. Important qualities: adaptability, delegation, communication, confidence, determination, intuition, decision making. Potti Sriramulu, born on 16th March 1901. Sriramulu was born to Guruvaya and Mahalakshmamma in 1901 at Padamatapalli, a district that once was a region with Nellore district. He was born in a Hindu family. Later, their family moved to Madras as famine conditions prevailed in this region. Now, early life. He completed his high school in Madras, joined Victoria Jubilee Technical Institute in Bombay to study sanitary engineering. After his college education, Sriramulu joined Indian Peninsular Railway, Bombay in 1929 for a salary of Rs 250 per month. Participation in independence movement. Sriramulu took part in the Indian independence movement and was imprisoned for participating in the 1930 Salt Satyagraha. Between 1941 and 1942, he participated in the individual satyagraha and Quit India movement and was imprisoned on 3 occasions. He was involved in the village reconstruction programs at Rajkot in Gujarat and Komaravolu in Krishna district UP. He joined the Gandhi ashram established in Komaravolu. If only I have 11 more followers like Sri Ramlu, I will win freedom from British rule in a year, said by Gandhi after seeing Sri Ramlu's dedication and passionate ability. Separate statehood for Telugu speaking people. Following Gandhi's death, however, Sri Ramlu took up the cause for a separate state for Telugu speaking areas. Although this fight for separate state was started in late 1910s by Swami Sitaram, who went on for a 35 fast, and later Nehru and Acharya Vinobhave promised for the separate English-speaking state, but that never materialized, as Nehru was against formation of states on the linguistic basis at that time. For the first 6 weeks of his fast, both Nehru and Rajaji were unconcerned by the fast. However, the law and order situation began to deteriorate with cartels in many towns and angry mobs destroying public property. Nehru eventually ceded to their demands and wrote to Rajaji on 12th December, asking him to accept the demand for a different state. However, there was a delay in issuing the formal announcement, leaving Sri Ramlu to fast for a few more days, till he tragically passed away on 15th December 1952. He had fasted for an astounding 58 days. His death caused a furore. The news spread like wildfire and created an uproar among the people in far-off places like Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Eluru, Gunturu, Tenali, Ongolu, and Nelluru. 7 people were killed in police firing in Anakapalli and Vijayawada. The popular agitation continued for 3 to 4 days, disrupting normal life in Madras and Andhra Pradesh regions. On 19th December 1952, Nehru agreed to grant statehood to Andhras. Things to learn from Sri Ramlu's life. There are many inspirational things to learn from Sri Ramlu's life. Few of them were listed below. A leader who can lead thousands of people behind him, working hard until we achieve our goal, ability to do anything, sacrificed his life to achieve separate state, selfless service for the people, strong willpower and dedication for the freedom, charity, helping needy, righteousness, being truthful. Conclusion. As we being the future generation, need to take Sri Potti Sri Ramulu Garu as a source of inspiration and be a good leader and a better citizen and a best human being. At last, conclusion. A true leader is successful when he is able to formulate goals and objectives for himself and his team. Effective leaders stand on principles and base their actions on those principles. Strive to create an environment that accepts and promotes individual differences. As a result, they empower their entire organization. Successful leaders believe in augmenting their skills with that of the others. Thank you.
Jai Hind. This is Cadet K. Leela of Regimental Number APSW 19F285-229 of 600 Air Squadron NCC, representing Vishakhapatnam Group of AP and Telangana Directorate. I am here to gain some attention of you on the leadership qualities of Uyyalawada Narasimha Reddy. Uyyalawada Narasimha Reddy is one of the great unsung freedom fighters who purely and truly dedicated his life towards India. Uyyalawada Narasimha Reddy was famously known as Saira Narasimha Reddy, was born on 24th of November in 1806 in Rupangudi village, Uyyalawada Mandal of Kurnool district, a son of former Telugu Pallegadu Mallareddy and Seetamma. He and his commander-in-chief Vade Obanna were at the heart of the rebellion against the British in 1847, where 5,000 peasants rose up against the British East India Company in Kurnool district. On 25th March 2021, the Kurnool Airport at Orvakal has been named as Uyyalawada Narasimha Reddy Airport. The Reneti Chandruda Smaraka Samiti was formed to preserve the memory of Reddy and the philanthropist Buddha Vengal Reddy, both of whom were dead in Uyyalawada village. The committee published a book in both Telugu and English titled Reneti Surya Chandrulu, The Sun and Moon of Reynadu in 2015. It contains excerpts from research papers by historians. While coming to the war against British colonials, he has a fascinating story about a rebellion against the British Empire. Since 1839, nothing of political importance has occurred, unless the disturbance in 1847 caused by Narasimha Reddy, a pensioned polygar of Uyalavada in Koilkuntla Taluk, then part of Kadapa district. He was in receipt of pension 11 rupees a month. As a grandson of Jairam Reddy, the last powerful Jamindar of Nosam, he was sorely disappointed when the government refused to pay him any portion of the lapsed pension of that family. He moved from place to place and sheltered himself in tepi hill forts of the Edamalas and Nallamalas, and though pursued by troops from Kadapa and Kurnool, he continued to commit his ravages in Koilkuntla and Kumbum. At Gaddilur, he gave battle to Lieutenant Watson and killed the Tahsildar of Kumbum. He then escaped into the Nallamalas and, after revoing about the hills for several months, was caught near Perisomala on a hill in Koilkontla Taluk and hanged. His head kept hung in the fort on the gibbet till 1877 when the scaffold falling into decay. Narasimha Reddy was the territorial, administrative, and military ruler of Uyalavada. Reddy's own objections too was based on their outcomes. Compared to the polygar of Nosam, the pension awarded to his family upon their dispossession was paltry, and the authorities refused to increase it by redistributing some of the Nosam monies when that later family became extinct in 1821. At the same time, some of his relatives were facing proposals for further reductions in their land rights, including by a reform of the village policing system. He then changed the Raitwari system and other attempts to maximize revenue. Coming to the leadership qualities of Uyalavada Narasimha Reddy, he had the courage to start war against British colonials for his rights. As a leader, one has to be honest, not only to oneself, but with the men one leads and people with whom he works. We can observe the quality of integrity of Narasimha Reddy. He has the power to take change before others do in life. The quality of being faithful to the country, the family, the people can be observed definitely in Uyalavada Narasimha Reddy. He is one of the men behind India's independence struggle and inspired movements for freedom as well as civil rights. He took initiative for the first revolt in India against the British occupation 10 years earlier than India's first war of independence of 1857. Because of his loyalty, the collector of land Cochin believed that he had supported for fellow pensioners. At last, I would like to conclude that leadership qualities like these had helped him to be the one of the finest leaders of India. Thank you.
तीन चाहिए ना आपको, एक तो ये रखो
extinction of India. Experts objected and brought to develop the youth of India was becoming responsible citizens. NCC is development activity to create a forum for ex-NCC cadets and to promote international understanding by development activities. Expert members are NCC cadets who have traveled abroad on the NCC Youth Exchange Program, whereby selected cadets participate in a country-to-country exchange of cadets belonging to youth organizations of the country. EBSB में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आपको NCC Exchange Participants Association of India. Experts objective are only to develop the youth of India towards becoming responsible citizens. To assist the NCC in development activities, create a forum for ex-NCC cadets and to promote international understanding by development activities. Extra members are NCC cadets who have traveled abroad on the NCC Youth Exchange Program, whereby selected cadets participate in the country-to-country exchange of belonging to youth organizations of the country.
कोई रटन लगा मेरी जान मेरा आने मेरी जान मेरा दुनिया को भूल जाऊं तेरे प्यार दुनिया को भूल जाऊं नहीं तो आग लगे इस संसार में तेरा दिलदार सुनावा भाला कमली नाम धरावा पर कोई रतन लगा मेरी जान तू मेरा मेरी जान मेरा
तो दो तीन बार चलाते हैं।
ठीक है
अब एक्स्ट्रा ये एक्टिविटीज जिन प्रोसेस अभी स्लाइड में
EXP registration process. ये slide आना चाहिए। ये मैं आपको वीडियो में मैंने बच्चों को भेजा है। आपका इशू है, एक स्लाइड में
इंटरनेट इशू
ये मैं आपको वीडियो में मैंने बच्चों को भेजा है। ये लिखा EXP registration एक सेटरेट ब्रैकेट में आता है। कुछ मत करो। EXP registration
EXPA registration under process.
EBSB में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आज आपको एक्सपर्ट के बारे में बताऊंगा। एक्सपर्ट NCC exchange participants association of India. Expert's objective are broadly to develop the youth of India towards becoming responsible citizens. NCC is development activities create a forum for NCC cadets and to promote international acceptance of development activities. Expert members are NCC cadets who have completed a job on the NCC Youth Exchange program, whereby selected cadets participate in a country-to-country exchange of cadets belonging to youth organizations of different countries. They participate in ways
registration process भी as a letter. तो registration process follow करेंगे। और आ जाओ सेकंड आ जाओ ये चल जाएगा।
मैं एक कैरेट ट्रेडर हूँ और मैं यहाँ आपको ट्रेडिंग कैरेट नाम बंकिम झा। मैं एक कैरेट ट्रेडर हूँ और मैं यहाँ आपको कैरेट ट्रेडिंग प्रोग्राम में खुद को कैसे रजिस्टर करना है ये बताने आया हूँ। तो तैयार सब? सबसे पहले अपने फोन में प्ले स्टोर एप्लीकेशन ओपन करो और फिर सर्च करो कैरेट ऐप। जी, वो लाल रंग के हैकल वाला आइकन दिखा आपको, वही है कैरेट ऐप। तो जल्दी से उसे ओपन कीजिए और इंस्टॉल कर लीजिए। कैरेट ऐप फिलहाल सिर्फ एंड्रॉइड डिवाइस में ही उपलब्ध है। अगर आपके पास iOS डिवाइस है तो आप किसी भी एंड्रॉइड डिवाइस से खुद को रजिस्टर कर सकते हो और बाद में अपने iOS डिवाइस से ट्रेनिंग अटेंड कर सकते हो। जैसे ही आपका एप्लीकेशन इंस्टॉल हो जाए उसे ओपन कर लीजिए और अपने जीमेल अकाउंट से लॉगिन कीजिए। कैरेट लॉगिन करने से पहले आपको ये सुनिश्चित करने की आवश्यकता है कि जिस जीमेल अकाउंट से आप लॉगिन कर रहे हो उस अकाउंट में आपका नाम सही तरीके से लिखा हो कि बाद में जब आप अपना सर्टिफिकेट डाउनलोड करोगे तब आपको आपका सर्टिफिकेट उसी नाम से मिलेगा। अगर आपका नाम शिवानी शर्मा है तो आपका जीमेल का यूजर नेम shivani_srm45@gmail.com हो सकता है, लेकिन उस जीमेल अकाउंट में आपका नाम शिवानी शर्मा ही होना चाहिए। चलिए आपको समझाने के लिए एक उदाहरण और लेते हैं। अगर आपके जीमेल अकाउंट में आपका नाम कुछ इस तरह से लिखा हुआ है तो आपके सर्टिफिकेट में भी यही नाम होगा। जीमेल से लॉगिन करने से पहले आप अपना नाम जरूर जांच लें, क्योंकि बाद में हम आपकी कोई मदद नहीं कर सकते। उम्मीद करता हूँ ये बात आपको याद रहे। तो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं और अपनी जीमेल आईडी से पहले नाम के साथ लॉगिन करते हैं। लॉगिन करने के बाद आपको प्रोफाइल डिटेल्स भरने होंगे। इसके बाद अपने आप को रजिस्टर करने के लिए स्क्रीन पर जो दाईं तरफ 3 डॉट दिखाई दे रहे हैं उसे क्लिक करो। जो ड्रॉप डाउन मेन्यू खुलेगा इसके बाद आपके स्क्रीन पर जो कन्वर्सेशन टैब है उसे क्लिक करो। कन्वर्सेशन टैब क्लिक करने पर आपको इस तरह का मैसेज दिखाई देगा। इसे क्लिक करने से आपको आपकी किसी एक तरह से दिखाई दे सकती है। सेशन अटेंड करने के टाइम पर इन्हें क्लिक करो और आप गूगल मीट से डायरेक्टली ज्वाइन हो जाओगे। इस बात का ध्यान रखें कि आपके फोन पर गूगल मीट होना जरूरी है, उसके बिना ये लिंक काम नहीं करेगा। अगर आपके फोन पर गूगल मीट नहीं है तो आप सेशन ज्वाइन करने से पहले ही डाउनलोड कर लें। गूगल मीट ऐप प्ले स्टोर से फ्री में डाउनलोड हो सकता है। यदि आप लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन कर रहे हो तो गूगल मीट डाउनलोड करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप डायरेक्टली लिंक पर क्लिक करके अपने ब्राउजर से ज्वाइन हो जाओगे। प्लीज इस बात पे ध्यान रखें कि आप रजिस्ट्रेशन ट्रेनिंग से कम एक दिन पहले कर ले और जिस दिन आपकी ट्रेनिंग है उस दिन समय से 15 मिनट पहले लॉग इन कर लें। जैसे कि अगर आपकी ट्रेनिंग 10 AM से 2 PM तक है तो आप 9:45 AM पर सेशन ज्वाइन कर लें। अगर आप 2 दिन की ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग ज्वाइन कर रहे हो तो दोनों दिन आपके लिए सेम लिंक ही काम करेगा। ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग एक दिन में 4 घंटे की होती है। पूरी ट्रेनिंग अटेंड करने के बाद आपको अटेंडेंस और सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा। आपका दिन खत्म हो जाएगा उसके बाद तक आपका फीडबैक जॉब कैरेट ऐप में जनरेट हो जाएगा। कुछ कैरेट्स का सेम डे और कुछ कैरेट्स का नेक्स्ट एक दिन का वेट करें और बाद कभी भी फिल कर सकते हो। फीडबैक फॉर्म फिल करने के लिए 3 डॉट पे क्लिक करो, ड्रॉप डाउन में फॉर्म्स पे टैप करो। यहाँ फीडबैक फॉर्म फिल करने के बाद सबमिट कर दो। सिंपल। फीडबैक फॉर्म सबमिट करने के बाद आपका सर्टिफिकेट लिंक कन्वर्सेशन टैब में जनरेट होगा, जैसे आपका सेशन लिंक हुआ था। कन्वर्सेशन टैब में सर्टिफिकेट के इमेज को आप अपनी ड्राइव या किसी और फोल्डर में ऑनलाइन सेव कर लेना। उसका लिंक कुछ दिनों बाद एक्सपायर हो जाता है, इसलिए लिंक सेव मत करना, सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेट इमेज को सेव कर लेना। ओके, तो चलिए अब इन कुछ बातों का ध्यान रखें। एप्लीकेशन ओपन करते समय अगर आपके स्क्रीन पर कुछ ऐसा दिखाई दे रहा है तो इसका मतलब कि आपका नेटवर्क स्लो है और एप्लीकेशन लोड हो रहा है। तो थोड़ा वेट करें ताकि पूरा लोड हो जाए, आपको फॉर्म भरने के बाद जो लिंक मिली है, आप सिर्फ उसी लिंक से अपना सेशन ज्वाइन करें। किसी दूसरे कैडेट से उनका लिंक ना ले और ना ही अपना लिंक किसी दूसरे कैडेट के साथ शेयर करें। आपस में लिंक शेयर करने से आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिलने में परेशानी हो सकती है। अगर आपको लिंक नहीं मिल रहा या कुछ परेशानी हो रही है, तो आपकी हेल्प करने के लिए हमारे कोऑर्डिनेटर्स हमेशा एक्टिव है। आप जिस डिवाइस से ये ट्रेनिंग ज्वाइन करने वाले हो, इस बात का ध्यान रहे कि आप उस डिवाइस को चार्ज करते रहे और किसी ऐसी जगह पर ट्रेनिंग अटेंड करें जहां आपके आसपास कोई शोर शराबा ना हो रहा हो, आपके आसपास कोई बैकग्राउंड नॉइज ना हो, ना ही घूमते फिरते ट्रेनिंग करें। अगर सेशन ज्वाइन करते समय आपके गूगल मीट पर बफरिंग हो रही है या कैन नॉट ज्वाइन का मैसेज आ रहा है, इसका मतलब आपका नेटवर्क स्लो है और आपको बेहतर नेटवर्क की जरूरत है। या फिर 1 मिनट बाद फिर से ज्वाइन करने का ट्राई करें। अगर समवन विल लेट यू इन का मैसेज आ रहा है, तो आपको ट्रेनर एडमिट करेंगे। अगर पहली बार में एडमिट ना कर पाए, तो 1 मिनट बाद दोबारा ट्राई करें। ये एक काफी ज्यादा इंटरेक्टिव ट्रेनिंग होने वाली है। ट्रेनिंग के समय अपने आसपास 2-3 खाली पेजेस और पेन या पेंसिल रखें। इसके अलावा आपको और किसी ट्रेनिंग मटेरियल की जरूरत नहीं है। ये ट्रेनिंग आपके लिए काफी ज्यादा इंटरेक्टिव होने वाला है, तो ट्रेनिंग जरूर अटेंड करें और सबके साथ मिलके एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट भी करें। तो मिलता है आपसे ट्रेनिंग पे। धन्यवाद।
सेम प्रोसीजर कल गूगल मीट पे खुलेगा, तो हम लोग कल का बैठना गूगल मीट। हाँ, उसमें वही क्या करना है हम लोग। हम लोग नहीं, हमारा रोटी गूगल मीट पे कैडेट्स के साथ बस उनकी लिंक होती है हमारे। और ये अटेंडेंस शीट कर दीजिए, अटेंडेंस कभी इसको क्लोज कर दीजिए। ये सेव कर शेयरिंग कर।